walking, or not walking. God, why would I be talking about my car was possessed if we were fucking walking? Hey everyone, Squeedy Kitty here. Today you will see, I think maybe last week's video, I was talking about my car and I was wearing the same outfit on the same day, but we're talking about a different story here. So I needed to get that video out of the way first before I talk to you guys about this crazy story that happened 2 weeks ago tomorrow. And as you can see in the video title, my car was fucking possessed. Let's
dive right in.
Love it. Okay, so let's talk about how my car was
Possessed.
We were driving to go to my chiropractor appointment that was on a Tuesday, and we were planning on taking my car because it has been sitting for like a week or two, just because, you know, I really didn't have time to drive it, or I wasn't really around to drive it, so it just kind of sat there for a little bit. Not too long, because we had it moving on the Sunday beforehand. So we were driving.
We were
about 30 minutes away from the house, and we were stopped at a stop sign in a small little town. It was very small. It wasn't even a town. It was like 12 houses, all kind of bunched up with a little school. And we stopped at the stop sign. There was 2 kids and a car on the other side of the stop sign stopped as well. And we both let the 2 kids that were on bikes bike past because we wanted to make sure that they'd get across safely. Anyways, so we drove through the stop sign after we stopped safely. Stay safe. I looked and all of the lights on my dash lit up. It was like Christmas in July, in August. It was just Christmas. There were so many lights on my dash, I couldn't tell. Didn't know what was wrong. But anyway, so we kept on going out of the little community, and we pulled over at the side of the road, and we turned off the car because we were worried. I didn't want to hurt my vehicle. I don't want to pay more money for this vehicle if it breaks, because I was driving it when all the lights were on. So we stopped and we turned the vehicle off, and we waited a second, then we turned it back on. I was with my mom, turned it back on, and nothing happened except the accelerator, what's it called? The accelerator gauge that tells you how many miles per hour you are going. It started to go mental. It was going like it was gonna fly off into outer space and go. That was that. We just kind of stopped and took a breath, and we called my dad, who was at a massage therapy appointment with the person that we bought the vehicle off of. So we're like, oh shit, don't tell her that something happened. Anyways, so after like 5 minutes, we were able to turn the vehicle back on. So we drove down to the end of the road and turned around and started heading back. And we got past the same stop sign, and all the lights came back on. And my mom told me just to keep driving. So I did. And then the radio that is always on, there's always color going to it, it went dark. And then it was like in stages that the vehicle started to shut down. So first the radio, then all of the temperature gauges, Then the butt warmer things, they stopped working. And then it went, so all of the lights were on. Then things started shutting down. The gas mileage per hour thing, that stopped working. Then the kilometer gauge stopped working. Then the heat gauge stopped working. Then the fuel gauge stopped working. So it was just kind of like in stages, and we didn't know how long my vehicle would last in that situation. So we made it to a different community that was in this little like hill gully. So we managed to park at the local park there. It's a small park, like I'm surprised they even have one. But we stopped there, we pulled in, we stopped, shut the car off, and then we got a call from my dad. So he was like, well,
What's wrong with it?
I'm like, well,
How the fuck am I supposed to know?
I don't do cars. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to know? But he walked me through everything. He told me to open the hood. First he said pop the hood, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? It means open the hood. Big brain. But he said check the alternator. Is the belt on the alternator? I'm like, well, where's the alternator? What the fuck is the belt? Like, what? Like, how the fuck am I supposed to know? So he walked me through that, found the belt was there, that was fine. So we didn't know what was wrong with it. My dad came out, he checked things out and wasn't sure what it was. So we decided to call the mechanic and see if we could limp the vehicle over there. Now, that was a big mistake. The mechanic was fine, they were fine with it. They were booked for the next week and a half, so we got this back a few days ago. But limping it to the mechanic was the worst possible idea we could have ever done. We managed to get it to the mechanic, but let me walk you through it. So we started the vehicle back up. I started driving it down. We got past the little city we were in, the little town. We got past it. We got through the hills and we kept going. And we managed to keep going for, I'd say, maybe like 5 minutes. And then everything started to go down in stages. The lights came back on, the radio turned off, the gauges, everything stopped working in stages again. So we knew we weren't going to last very much longer. So we made it past, I think, the second stop sign, which was a good thing because if we go past the third stop sign, we've made it too far. We've passed the mechanics. So we kept going, but we made it to just before the second stop sign. And everything went off in stages. And I was driving. So obviously the accelerator is the gas. You go, you go. I was flooring it and I was slowing down. Yeah, I was flooring it and we were not going any faster. So I could tell that we needed to pull over and stop. So luckily we pulled over, and just as we pulled over to the side of the road, it shut off completely. Like the whole thing shut off. And of course my father, love him to bits, he forgot to bring the jumper cables. We assumed it was the battery at the time. We had our big honkin' rust bucket piece of shit of a truck. Hate the thing, needs to go. I can only sit on one side of the truck because the other side, the bottom of it is rotten and rusty, and there's pieces, huge chunks of rust falling off that have ripped several pairs of pants. So that's fun. So then it was the same day before we left for the chiropractor that I rearranged the living room because I was waiting for my father to help me finish the office. You'll see one of those videos soon. But I redid the living room. So I showed my mom the living room when I was fucking panicking because I didn't know what the fuck was wrong with my car. Anyways, We got the jumper cables, we left to go get my car again, and my mom was like, just let me fucking drive. So I let her drive. So the first time we made it just past the stop sign, and then it stopped again, just past, like it was like scary. But we made it past, luckily, and then we got into a system. So I would drive the truck, my dad would deal with the jumper cables, and we would charge my vehicle a bit to get it to the next stage. Luckily, we only had to do this 4 times, but we did this in stages. And so we got onto my aunt's road that headed straight down to the mechanic almost. There was just one more turn and then that straight down to the mechanics. But there's a stop sign, so from the second time boosting it, we managed to get my mom in my car down, all the way down to my aunt's road. And she stopped at the stop sign. Everything was good. She still managed to get past the stop sign onto the other road. There was somebody biking, which she had to get around. She couldn't stop. So she had to go around the person biking and go and go and go. She managed to get, there was a set of lights on that road because there was construction on a bridge. So she managed to get a green light, go past it. Then there was this oversized load that was coming through the lights. So she had to pull over to the side and she could tell that the vehicle was dying. She managed to get to the corner. She managed to get onto the mechanics road. So we only had to boost it one more time. Got it to the mechanics. And yeah, that's how my car was fucking possessed. Turned out it was the alternator. So ding ding ding, we have a winner. But yeah, $700 later, got a new alternator belt, and some steering fluid. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Stay safe, have some fun sometime, so bye.